All right, let's just jump right in. And I need you to be totally honest with me for a second.
Seriously, go ahead and look. How many tabs you got open right now? Is it 10, 20, or have we just completely lost count at this point?
And hey, what about that book on your nightstand? You know the one. You were obsessed with it a couple weeks ago. And now it's just sitting there, bookmarks stuck right in the middle.
Or maybe for you, it's a guitar. Or, a whole set of paintbrushes. That language app you were so fired up about, now it's just kind of gathering digital dust, right?
And oh man, that amazing, world-changing business idea you had just last week, where did all that fire go? All of a sudden, it just feels kind of boring.
Look, if any of this is ringing a bell, you've probably heard these labels, right? Unfocused, a quitter. Maybe you heard them from a boss or a parent, or, and let's be real, this is the one that hurts the most, you've heard them from that voice inside your own head.
All right, Section 1, meet your monkey mind. And get this, it's not a defect, it's a feature. So I want you to consider something. What if all that stuff, all that jumping around, wasn't a sign that you're broken? What if it was actually your secret weapon?
So, in Eastern traditions, there's this idea of the monkey personality. And the monkey's so-called fatal problem isn't what you think. It's not a lack of focus. It's that its brain solves puzzles way faster than the world can create them. It's a mind that's always hungry for the next challenge because, well, it's already cracked the code on this one.
And this is where we flip the script. Society loves to slap on labels, right? Broken, defective, lacks discipline. But the reality, the truth is you just have a fast brain. It's a puzzle-solving machine. Think of it this way. You've been handed the keys to a Ferrari.
So you see, you are not broken. You're just trying to drive a Ferrari in a 15-mile-per-hour school zone. Of course you're bored. Of course you're frustrated. You're just sitting there revving this incredible engine, desperate to find an open road.
Okay, Section 2 is all about the boredom superpower. And to really get this, we're going to look at an old fable, the story of the monkey and the ox. Because this story shows exactly why that boredom is your greatest strength.
So the story goes like this. The Jade Emperor needed someone to guard his most precious, sacred peach garden. And his first pick? The ox. Super dependable, super steady, the obvious choice, right?
And the ox was loyal. I mean, unbelievably loyal. He stood at his post, perfectly still for 100 years. But here's the catch. His greatest strength, that laser-like focus, was also his biggest weakness. He was so focused on standing still that he never looked up. He never saw the tiny bugs that were slowly but surely ruining the peaches high up in the trees.
So the emperor sees this and decides, okay, time for a new strategy. He sends in the monkey.
And what happens next? Well, exactly what you'd think. Not even 5 minutes go by, and the monkey is just completely, utterly, hopelessly bored out of his mind.
So what does he do? He starts moving. He's climbing the trees, swinging from branches, tasting this peach, checking out that one. And the other gods? They are freaking out. All they see is chaos, a total mess. They're thinking, this is a complete disaster, no discipline at all. But here's the thing. Because the monkey couldn't sit still, because his boredom forced him to explore every nook and cranny, he found things the ox would have never seen in a million years. He found this hidden side of the mountain that got way better sunlight. He found a secret spring that was feeding the roots of the trees.
And that's the key difference, right there. The ox just guarded the garden. He maintained things as they were. But the monkey, he optimized the garden. His so-called restlessness actually made the whole system better, more productive.
So you see, the monkey's boredom wasn't laziness at all. It wasn't a character flaw. It was curiosity in its purest form, a powerful engine that was constantly looking for a better way. Which brings us to Section 3, the Serial Mastery Playbook. Because this ancient story isn't just a story, it's a very real strategy for the modern economy. The goal is not to tame your inner monkey and turn it into an ox. The goal is to unleash it. And here's the reality check for all of us. The world of work is changing, and it's changing fast. Those steady, repetitive ox jobs, the ones where you just do the same thing over and over, yeah, AI is getting really good at those. But the monkey jobs, the ones that need you to adapt, to be creative, to solve new puzzles, their value is absolutely exploding. So what are these monkey skills? Well, here's the beautiful part. They're probably the very things you've been beating yourself up about. It's adaptability, being able to jump to the next thing, it's solving problems super fast, and the big one, it's cross-pollination. That's just a fancy way of saying you can take an idea from over here and connect it to something totally unrelated over there to create something nobody has ever seen before.
So your career playbook shouldn't be about locking yourself into one thing for 40 years. It's about serial mastery. And the cycle is awesome. Step 1, dive headfirst into a new skill. Learn everything you can. Step 2, master it. Get really, really good at it. Step 3, get bored. And listen to me, this is not failure. This is your graduation ceremony. It's the starting gun for Step 4, cross-pollinate. You take all that juicy knowledge and you apply it to the next big, exciting challenge.
So let's just hammer this home one last time. Boredom is not a weakness. It is your brain's built-in notification system. It's a little ping that says, hey, you figured this pattern out, you've mastered this level, you're ready, and you're hungry for whatever's next.
So from now on, the next time you feel that little pang of guilt for losing interest in something, I want you to stop and ask yourself this. Did you quit because it was too hard? Or did you quit because that Ferrari you've got for a brain already solved the puzzle and you're just idling at the finish line waiting for everyone else to catch up?